I'm Heidi, and with my husband Joe, we're the co-founders of the Sundara Ayurvedic Health and Wellness Retreat.
Our journeys to get here have been very different. I started off as a school teacher, specialising in early childhood education, and then I worked in a corporate area in local government. I did a lot of running initially until that sort of started to affect my back, so I did a lot of cycling after that. Had a few injuries, broke my hip, broke my shoulder. Yoga was really good in helping to bring that back, so that was really helpful in terms of, okay, this is really good, so I need to go down that path and do some training to become a qualified yoga teacher so I can help others with it, but also be better at it myself.
My journey began working sometimes 18-hour days. I found turning to yoga, learning meditation, even though my mind was crazy. It was hard to sleep because my mind was busy. And as my journey carried on, I had a huge event happen in my family where I lost both my mother and my father within 5 weeks of each other. And after their death, I thought, there's got to be another way. And as I continued to study yoga, I was studying in India and I was introduced to Ayurveda. At that stage, I was practicing yoga very strongly, had a great meditation practice, and I now had this introduction to this alternative medicine, which helped me to heal myself.
Our vision was to set up a retreat centre. Initially, a big retreat centre with lots of cabins. We decided to personalise the experience for people more, and when we looked through a property, we were looking for 15 to 20 acres. We found 75, but it was just such a beautiful block, had such a beautiful feel that we went for this one.
When we found this land that is now the Sundara retreat, both of us arrived at the gate like many of our guests do, and there was like an instant moment of peace, an instant moment that this is the place.
We've planted 15,000 trees, we've got koalas in the forest, we've got platypus in the creek below, we've got birds everywhere, wallabies jumping through the property. It's nature, and that's nature in itself is a healing experience for people.
Well, India, and particularly Ayurvedic medicine, of which is the traditional medicine of India, has been a huge part of my journey. It's really what I think has been able to heal my mind, of which has then healed the symptoms that I had in my body. And when that happened to me, that was it. I was ready to study it, and I studied Ayurveda for 6 years, 2 years in India, so I could guide people with the experience I had in my own health and healing, and help to guide people into that realization of how powerful we are as individuals to be able to heal ourselves. Part of our vision for Sundara was to take small groups to India. We call these sacred journeys, and they're actually more sacred self journeys to introduce people to India, because something about India is that it's going to press and activate every sense in your body. It's being able to see a situation, see the chaos from a different perspective, and perhaps find a little bit more peace with their own story. So Joe and I have a shared vision of not only wanting to continue to grow within ourselves, but inspire change in everyone who comes to Sundara, and really letting them know the potential that they have, demystifying the fact that they can heal themselves. And together, Joe and I want to grow that dream that we originally had and continue to inspire change.